Welcome to this edition of our newscast that is coming away at the hour of 1 p.m. This 15th day of March 2023. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Pleasure to be spending time with you this afternoon. Now, straight into activities as far as this Wednesday is concerned. We're seeing the Prime Minister, Robin Nabbanja, assuring scientists that President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM government will support their work aimed at developing the country. Nabbanja was opening the Naro Makerere conference at Speak Resort Monyonyo. The conference was on the theme Innovation for Enhancing Productivity and Agro-Industrialization.
The partnership between National Agriculture Research Organization and Makerere University seeks to come up with scientific innovations to boost the agriculture sector. The Prime Minister, Robin Nabbanja, has pledged government support towards science and innovation.
I wish lastly to reassure you that the government of Uganda, under the wise leadership of Yoweri Museveni, is committed to funding research that is aligned to our national development priorities.
Nabbanja says government has earmarked over 200 billion shillings for the private sector to thrive during the post-COVID-19 pandemic.
If the private sector is here, just walk in any of the banks of Uganda, tell them we want the other money that the government of Uganda put in your bank. The other one of post-COVID problems. You just go and walk in any bank. Government has put there 200 billion in those banks.
State Minister for Agriculture in charge of animal husbandry, retired Colonel Bright Ramirama, stressed the relevance of science and innovation.
We really need science in whatever we do. Those people who are fighting, whether you like it or not, the truth is they are saturated with science. So where are we as Ugandans if we don't support science? Because science is the only way we can guarantee our future.
The Executive Director, NARO, Dr. Ambrose Agona, says through partnership, they have come up with the recent anti-tick vaccine.
All along we have been saying we have the problem of the tick-borne disease and tick burdens. And not so long ago in October last year, we launched the first anti-tick vaccine in Barra and other places. So now to say, like, are we walking that talk? Are we contributing to development? I think our master plan, our strategic plan addresses some of those key issues. In for a start. So if you can come up with high-yielding crop varieties, with good vaccines. Today we are talking about quantum vaccinomics. As we talk about and embrace the fourth industrial revolution, this is exactly why we are moving.
The Vice-Chancellor Makerere University, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, says the university is coming up with new crop varieties to address food insecurity.
We come up with the varieties of plants that can resist drought or that can thrive in conditions of too much rain, because those are the factors about climate change. So as will be demonstrated during the poster exhibitions, you'll be seeing there a lot of new varieties of crops in soya beans, sorghum and others.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
In more other details of the day, digital technologies provide chances for access to information, education, and open possibilities for increased employment and business opportunities. The Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, says that low access to digitalized services and technology among women and girls impairs their growth and development. Minister Amongi was speaking at the 67th session General Assembly of the Commission on the Status of Women at the United Nations headquarters in New York, USA. The minister noted that in Uganda, network access in the rural areas still stands at about 40%, with the cost of internet still being high, and yet some schools have limited access to e-education technologies, including computers, electricity, internet and teachers. She revealed that government of Uganda will be focusing on expanding ICT coverage from the current 23% to support service delivery through e-government, reducing the costs of internet, which prohibits usage by the most vulnerable groups, especially women and girls, and promoting gender-responsive ICT infrastructure development that supports innovations and education. The 67th session that started on 6th March to 17th March 2023 runs on the theme Innovation and Technological Change and Education in the Digital Age for achieving gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls.
Tackling the root cause of this is our priority. As a country, our president has underpinned that addressing the gaps in innovation, technological change and education requires tackling the root cause of women's empowerment, which is education for girls, poverty eradication, and socio-cultural change in behaviors that will focus on promoting women's economic empowerment with a focus on increasing access to credit and financial services, digitalizing trade, improving infrastructure that will deliver science, technology, engineering, and mathematics through financing relevant sectors that spur reduction in access and affordability, and promoting gender and equity planning and budgeting to ensure equitable benefit for women and girls from programs funded through our national budget. We are scaling up male engagement in the pursuit of gender equality, including in all interventions to address gender-based violence, to reiterate Government Uganda's commitment to the global aspiration outlined in the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action and other international, regional, and national normative frameworks, which guides us in our women's agenda for empowerment.
In more news, the International Crimes Division Court in Kololo has ordered the prosecution to present evidence on which it will rely on in the trial of the murder case of former police spokesman Andrew Felix Kawesi. Meanwhile, prosecution in the firearms possession case against 32 NUP members has still failed to produce witnesses in the case.
The 8 accused persons in the murder of AIGP Andrew Felix Kawesi and his driver Kenneth Elao have appeared before Judge Alice Komuhanji at the International Crimes Division Court in Kololo. The accused are Bruhan Baliejusa, Yusuf Siraje Nyanze, Shafiq Kasuja, Abdul Rashid Mbazira, Ramadhani Genyidin, Yusuf Mugerwa, Joshua Chambade, and Jibril Karyango. Although court had scheduled the pre-trial hearing of the case today, prosecution did not present evidence to the defense legal team. With this court ordered prosecution to present evidence to the defense legal team, Judge Alice Komuhanji Kauka set 28th March 2023 for prosecution to do so. Meanwhile, the 32 National Unity Platform supporters have once appeared at the General Court Martial in Machindi. Prosecution asked court for more time to do disclosures.
I must apologize for that today. Before the end of the week, I shall have done much of the disclosure.
The General Court Martial Chairman Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe ordered prosecution to expedite the matter. Court will resume on 4th April 2023. After court, the accused lawyer, George Musi, condemned the way prosecution is handling the matter.
Bakozesa omusango ng'okwongera okutulugunya kubanga ne wandibadde nga waliwo omujulizi wadde bagambye tewali mujulizi nende bwe yandibaddewo ebintu bye babalagira okutuwa obujulizi bwagenda okuwa nga bwe kiteekeddwa mu mateeka tebutunatuweebwako.
Some of the relatives of the accused had this to say.
Nze mbadde wakujja naye kindeese wano kulw'omwana wange omwana yali anyamba era tebavunaaniza neneewola ssente nenkola ki kati tukoze tutya
kenkuba etukubye okuva awaka paka wano tetulina kye tufuna tubonaabona kati omwana wange baamusiba yaliko omukazi w'omulala ng'ali lubuto n'omujja we tamumanyi kyokka akaana kati baakansuulidde nnyina yagenze ebweru.
The 32 NUP members were arrested from various parts of the country and they were charged with 1 count of unlawful possession of firearms. Deborah Namamonde, Nantongo Rebecca, UBC News.
More current Affairs, the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, with support from World Food Programme, is vetting complainants who are not benefiting from the social assistance grants for empowerment. The 2 days exercise in Moroto and Kotito districts have registered the highest numbers of appellants with understated ages on national identity cards.
Karamoja sub-region is a pilot region of districts which have been benefiting from Social Assistance Grants for Empowerment (SAGE) from 2010. The project improves livelihoods of vulnerable elderly persons with 25 shillings pay per month. But over 8,000 senior citizens who claim to be 8 years are not benefiting from the program due to understated ages on the national identity cards.
Time of the registration for the national ID. When they went to the registration point, they were asked the age. They were asked, how old are you? And then she said that for her, she does not know her age, but for her, she was born when they were constructing a bowl within Loselang Parish.
We've been getting these complaints and we've been compiling them.
World Food Programme and Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development are vetting appellants in Moroto and Kotito districts.
Who feel their ages were understated were requested to come up. They have picked forms from NIRA, and these forms are called Form A or change of particular forms.
A vetting committee comprises of parish chiefs, sub-county commercial officers and representatives of older persons.
So the sub-county CDOs, so they help us in the verification process. Now, in terms of verification, we use a number of documents. If a potential beneficiary or a complainant has a marriage certificate that shows a different age from what is in the national ID, or as a birth certificate, or as a confirmation tax certificate, or the old voter's card. Those are some of the documents really we use for them.
The vetting committee has challenges.
I was told that I was born when they were marrying the wife of so and so. But for us as young people, we don't have it in the historical calendar. What we do, that is why they've called for this verification, so that we are supposed to listen from them, and the committee of older persons vets and actually helps out the beneficiary, whether the person is claiming the right age.
There is a bit of challenge. These documents are not existing. Now, how are we managing this? We intend to use affidavits. We want to use affidavits. There are some of these appellants who are rightly old, but they are having relatives who are already benefiting from this program. They are older than those, but the younger ones, I mean the ones who follow them after, are benefiting. So we want them to go through the court process to sign affidavits so that they can be assisted in terms of change of particulars. At
least over 1 billion shillings is required to cover the remaining 7 districts of Amudat, Abem, Kabong, Karenga, Nabilatuk, Nakapiripirit and Napak.
Something well over a billion shillings. Much of the money goes to payment of statutory fees and registration fees, because there is a requirement. When you are changing particulars, we have to pay money to URI.
But there is a likelihood some senior citizens may not move to verification centers.
Some of the potential beneficiaries who are not here, and so they would require more attention. There are also others who I'm told cannot move to these verification points. So we will go back and reflect on this activity and see if there is a way we can really do home visits.
Karamoja sub-region has over 18,000 SAGE beneficiaries and over 8,000 appellants due to understated ages. Mary Namkose, Maureen Iga, UBC News.
The National Health Medical Information System report data collected between October 2020 and October 2021 indicates that Busoga has the highest cases of visual impairment. Dr. Twinga Sam of Jinja Ophthalmic College of Health Sciences says visual impairment is 13% compared to 4.6% of other regions.
The Ophthalmic College of Health Sciences was started in 1989 from Lago and transferred to Jinja in 1991. Busoga region was heavily affected with blindness. It was thought wise to bring the services near to affected area, and that was Jinja. According to the statistics of the world, about 50 million people are blind, and in Uganda it is estimated at 250,000 people who are blind. And the Jinja Busoga region is the second largest in the country, compared to Karamoja region, and that is why the school was transferred here. We are training a cadre called ophthalmic clinical officers, and these are the people who are rural health workers.
More current affairs for the day. Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Anita Among, has tasked the people of Buyende and parents to preserve and protect the rights of children by putting a spirited fight against homosexuality. She was launching a solar power system that is in Buyende district.
Among advised the electorate to be very keen when the bill is tabled before Parliament, and advised them not to vote legislators back to Parliament should they fail to support the anti-homosexuality law. In a separate development, the Speaker tasked the local community to protecting the installed power system. Area MP Nadiope East, Engineer Moses Magogo, revealed that he will ensure all primary schools in his constituency have solar energy systems. The head teacher, Charles Waiswa, was optimistic that with power system in place, academic excellency will be realized.
Now, still a part of this newscast. When I return after these messages, we will be talking business.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
Fish Farming Expo and Training. Ekajansi ku Aquaculture Research and Development Center kutandika Friday ngabiri munya paka Sunday ngabiri mukaga March 2023 sawa bili zokubacha bali lunaku kosirenga kubitano zokka no mutwalo kubuli training jangu oyiko kuongera ku makungula ne sente zofuna mu byenyanja oyike babalusa endisa nenkola emere ebyenyanja endwadde nezijanja bayabyo ero bikumotya ngabira mwate nga bya mutindo omwoleso kutide bakukuberere mu byenyanja bouncing kazo zabana ebisanyu santoko endoko kasigu bulo okuva mu bayimbi ba Uganda benjawulo eno olaba oyiga ng'atonyumirwa obulamu Fishwise kuba essimu 0702 62205 oba 0772 okumanya ebisingawo tosubwa omwoleso gw'ebyennyanja okuwagiddwa naro nga gutegekeddwa Slick Stars.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda from Airtel. Airtel. Now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes, 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. With Airtel, the smartphone network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending into Entebbe Airport. For those proceeding to Kampala City, the biggest event in East Africa is in town.
That's right. The East African Business Expo 2023 is happening from the 23rd to the 26th of March at Kololo Grounds. Join us to network, connect, and grow. Contact us for exhibition or sponsorship opportunities. The 14th East African Procurement Forum and Business Expo 2023 is hosted by PPDA.
Now sit back and relax. It's time to explore great business opportunities.
Hey!
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello?
This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it? Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagements with strangers over the phone.
This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Buy Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava. Best school fees I teach you. When I'm going to the school, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What? Yeah, just type it on it. Add kilometers to your legs and you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru and Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending into Entebbe Airport. For those proceeding to Kampala City, the biggest event in East Africa is in town.
That's right. The East African Business Expo 2023 is happening from the 23rd to the 26th of March at Kololo Grounds. Join us to network, connect, and grow. Contact us for exhibition or sponsorship opportunities. The 14th East African Procurement Forum and Business Expo 2023 is hosted by PPDA.
Now sit back and relax. It's time to explore great business opportunities.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission. Hello?
Hello?
This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kaso's my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number and you send it to her chap chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it? Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera. Refrain from unnecessary engagements with strangers over the phone.
This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back. Good to know you're still a part of this newscast. Now, before we take you to business updates coming your way this day, more current affairs are coming your way, taking you up to speed on sudden incident that occurred yesterday, that is in Gomba. And I'm having Onyango Robert standing by to give us updates in regards to yesterday's sad incident at Kasaka Girls in Gomba, where a Sinotruck lost control and rammed into a school, killing 3 children on spot. And as we speak, the Sinotruck is being pulled away from the building and the police is right on ground carrying on investigations. But more in regards to that, Onyango Robert is going to give us that particular update. Onyango, over to you.
Well, thank you, comrade. Back at UBC Broadcast House in Kampala. Yes, we are live from Gomba district, keeping an eye on the yesterday's accident which claimed 4 lives of students here at Kasaka Senior Secondary School in Gomba district. A few moments ago, as you have rightly put it, the wreckage has been towed away by Uganda police, and we understand it is going to be stationed at the CPS here at Gomba district to ensure that the police commences its investigation part, and later on will come up with a conclusive report in as far as the yesterday evening accident which happened here in Kasaka Senior Secondary School. The wreckage is being towed away, as you can see in the background. It is a moment of anxiety here at Kasaka Senior Secondary School, as a number of pupils, parents, teachers have gathered at least to witness this memorable event which has left tears in this school and the community of Kasaka at large and Gomba at large, because we understand some of so far the 4 students who have been confirmed dead are going to be buried in different and Kasaka here in Gomba. Here with me here is the deputy head teacher Kasaka Senior Secondary School, and she can at least share with us a few of the last moments. Are you now, madam, relieved that finally the Sinotruck has been towed away from one of the classrooms of this school?
At least we have a bit of the relief, but we are still in shock. Because when you look at the environment, indeed it is shocking. And we don't know how our students are going to come back to school. If you look at the laboratory, it's completely down. And then if you look at the senior 4 class, we don't know whether those ones who have been sitting there will have the zeal to sit there. Still with other students, other classes, we don't know how they are going to cope up with the environment. Yes.
So far, we were here in the morning, we are told 4 are already confirmed dead. What is the latest? Are these numbers growing up, or we are still at the rate of 4?
Good enough, the numbers are not growing. Currently, we have 4 who have been confirmed dead. 3 died at the spot. Then 1 died at the arrival in Gombe Hospital. But at least those ones who are in hospital, we have 10. They are in Gombe Hospital. But latest we have heard that 3 have been referred to Mulago Hospital. That is the secretary and then the 2 students. They have been referred to Mulago Hospital for further treatment.
Madam, let me just cut it short. Where are the bodies of the 4 students who are confirmed already dead?
Now the 4 students, one of them is Sege Hilda. She's the one who is going to be taken to Soroti. She's now in Buzibazi. But then anytime they are going to travel to Soroti. Then Serwanga Louis, they have taken him to Kayunga district. That is where he's going to be buried today at 4. Then Evelyn is going to be buried in Kasaka. Then we have Banda who is going to be buried in Nsambwe today at 4. So burial for majority is today at 4. But that one who is going to be carried to Soroti, we are still waiting for the time. yes.
A few minutes ago, we have seen here senior police officers trying to examine the scene of crime, which happens to be a school you are heading as a head teacher. So far, are you convinced that the process at least will give you some relief as the school managers and operators here?
Yes, at least we are contented. The police came in time. At least we are having those ones from Kanoni. They are the ones who reported here at the very moment when the accident happened. So far we have got those ones from Katonga and then those ones from Kampala. And then they are telling us that at least they are following each and every step. At least we are contented that they have been here with us.
What did you want to see the owners of the Sinotrack at least do for this school, and mainly the students and the families of the deceased?
Now, when we look at the situation on the ground, you could see that we don't have a computer laboratory. That one is completely down with all the computers. Now, when you look at the class which is down, not only the class, but if you look at the block, we don't know because it's going to be condemned, meaning that Kasaka is left without classes. So we don't know how we are going to house the students. We are expecting these people at least to compensate the school with the structures and then still the furniture. And then for the parents and our students, actually, there is need for social support, that at least they need to be, guidance and counseling is key within the students, but still the parents, they have to be compensated for the loss of their children, because the children were at school. There was no negligence, maybe on the part of the students, on the part of the school community, but then it was an accident which is coming from their track.
Well, thank you, Madam Deputy Head Teacher. Well, that is one of the school managers here, and that is the Deputy Head Teacher of Kasaka Senior Secondary School. As you have heard from her, they need compensation because there's nothing to blame on the part of the school. The Sinotrack and the driver, we understand the co-driver and the driver, who is also causing a lot of discussion by the fact that by age he was just only 26. Many are answering very many questions, but a few minutes ago we have been speaking to the police spokesperson traffic, that is Farida Nampima. She said police is going to treat this with urgency, but she also maintains that it is not the mandate, or it doesn't fall under the docket of traffic police to see who is given which permit and which class. But then we shall also try to follow up the details of this developing story, and we will get you posted and updated in as far as this accident is concerned. We expect the numbers of the dead not to hit up, though there are some casualties still in different hospitals getting medication. Back to you, Sandra, at the broadcast house in Kampala.
Well, thank you very much, Onyango Robert, for that particular update. Quite very, very insightful, and quite a sad incident, I should say. Well, we cannot exhaust compared to what we brought for you this lovely afternoon. More news updates, and of course a follow-up. Our team is still on ground to bring you those updates as they'll be unfolding later in our timeline news hours of the day. Well, that's all we had time for this particular newscast. Enjoy the rest of your day.